Yeah, move it. Props.
All right, now we can start. All right, hello everyone. My name is Jordan Heussler, and I'd appreciate it if you could clap after everything I said. All right, I'd first like to start off by thanking some people that are really important to me and the rest of the class, and also the people that helped us make it here today. The most important people we have to thank today are our parents and the rest of our family. Thank you guys for coming and supporting me and everyone else for the past 4 years of high school and for being a great help. Another very important person that helped our class out a lot this year, and that is our Vice President, Dylan Weiss. Thank you so much. Two people that stuck with us for 4 years, and that is our class advisors, Mr. Deitzer and Madame Jeswold, and our unofficial class advisor, Mr. Herman. Our class would especially like to thank the inventor of copy and paste for helping us get to this point today. Mr. Paul Pernobis and Mrs. Warren for putting up with me when I came there every day to move our class money around. They're very important people. I'd like to thank Mrs. Miller and Candy for being great college counselors for all of us and helping us get into college. We'd especially like to thank Mr. Besh for putting up with our class's shenanigans, as well as Mr. Loricella for being a great headmaster for the past 4 years. This is a personal thank you, but I'd personally like to thank Taria's sister, Tammy. So thank you, Taria's sister, for everything you've done for us. I'd especially like to thank the class of 2012 for having a great couple of years and for being in the same grade as me. So thank you guys. And last but not least, all of the lunch ladies, teachers, and faculty that helped us get to this point today. Congratulations, class of 2012. That's not the end, don't worry. All right, I planned on saying congratulations, Park Class 2012 a lot during this speech, so I was going to abbreviate it to the class of 12, but I didn't want any of you guys to get 12 confused with the average IQ of the sophomore class, so let's just do class 2012, all right? Alright, now on to the speech. When I was elected as the class president, my first thought was, you guys are going to regret this one. Now hopefully, you didn't regret your decision and that we accomplished everything that I promised we would accomplish. One of the biggest things we accomplished as a class was our senior trip to Quebec City. As long as I've been at Park, there hasn't been any type of senior trip. At a lot of other schools in Buffalo, there always is a senior trip, and usually it's somewhere fun. Last year when I was elected, several of the teachers told me how much work a class trip would be and doubted that our class could actually do something with that great of a magnitude. Eminem once said, "You can do anything you set your mind to." After the first 2 months of school, I was sure you guys would get bored and all the fundraisers and forget about the class trip completely. But this was not the case. We had 24 out of 27 people go on the senior trip and raise thousands of dollars in about 2 months. What I'm trying to say is that our class is a very unique class. Although our class might not always want to do something, we always end up finishing what we started, and we always stick together. As we graduate, and some of us go to Yale, and the rest go to Harvard, I hope we can all stay in touch and remain friends. When I asked Mr. Besh what I'm supposed to talk about up here, he told me to talk about some memories and give life lessons and tons of other junk. So this morning, when I was writing my speech, I couldn't think of any life lessons that an 18-year-old would want to hear from me, or what kind of life lessons there even are. So I decided that I would go to my second home. Do any of you guys know where that might be? It's somewhere, you'll see me there every night around the hours of midnight and about 2 a.m. It's right by my house. Someone said it, Denny's. That is right, Denny's. All right. So while sitting there drinking some high C and eating a basket of puppies, I was thinking, and I came up with the conclusion that life is just like Denny's. The first thing I did when I decided to go to Denny's was I had to make a choice of what I wanted to drink and eat. Should I be healthy and get salad, or should I get fried pancake batter for breakfast? Of course, I decided on the fried pancake batter with extra syrup, but no matter what, you should never make this decision or any decision out of fear. When it came time to order, I decided that I need to be respectful to my favorite waitress, Shelly, or I wouldn't be getting my puppies before it was time for my speech. When I got my food, my puppies were raw. So instead of punching someone's car and denting it, or throwing a carton of lemonade at someone else, or sawing a person's English book in half, or uninviting someone to their graduation party, or stealing someone's lunch, or even throwing someone else's iPhone out the car window, I decided to forgive her for her mistake. The next thing I learned while attempting to finish my food was determination. I could have quit and left some pancake puppies on my plate, but I decided I would be better off in life if I ate every single one of my puppies, no matter how gross they were. While I was walking to my car, I learned one of my most important lessons. I realized that I will now have to face the consequences of finishing these greasy puppies that I better drive home pretty fast. So now that I've given you these 5 very important life lessons, you should be able to make it through life without any problems. Now, I am going to read you a Will Smith quote that I think really defines our class. I'm not afraid to die on a treadmill. I will not be outworked. You may be more talented than me, you might be smarter than me, and you may even be better looking than me. But if we get on a treadmill together, you are going to get off first, or I am going to die. It's really that simple. I'm not going to be outworked. Now, I'm not sure what each of us is going to end up doing with our lives, but I'm sure someday we will all be great Denny's employees. While I look into the crowd now, I see a lot of people that I've never seen before, and some people that probably don't know how amazing our class actually is. We have people in our class that have been here since kindergarten, and some that even came this year. Every single member of our class has helped shape our class to what it is today. On the sports field, our class has helped bring home several championships. In the classroom, we have some of the smartest or most intelligent people in all of Buffalo. As far as clubs go, every single member of our class is in at least one club. Now that you know some of the good things about our class, I'm going to tell you some rather interesting statistics about our class. This is for Mr. Federico, Mr. G, Mr. Dicer. This one's for you guys. All right, so 62% of our class has sent or received a picture of Taria while she is not paying attention. 41% of our class has already been in a car accident. 17% of our class has punched a hole in a wall at park. 52% of us took the short bus to prom. 8% of us were hit on by a waiter in Barcelona. Coffee snatch ass. 100% of the Estonians in our class started out 2012 in the Erie County Holding Center. 26% of us have a dent in our car from it being punched by Antonio. 19% of us have been put in Mr. Besh's office for inappropriate touching of each other. Now, all of this valuable information leads me to another point. Good judgment comes from experience. Experience comes from bad judgment. Our class hasn't used their best judgment over the past 4 years, but we have come a long way and now are finally graduating. I remember when we've gotten so out of control that Mr. Dicer didn't even want to be our class advisor anymore. Thankfully for us, he stayed with our class and can still make a great cake. Now, all year long, I've been trying to get Park to do different fundraisers to enter in contests to win free things. Any speech that I have would not be complete unless I did the same thing. So, at this time, opposed to what Mr. Loricella said, can everyone please pull out their cell phones and have them on? Because I'm sure you probably all have them on. So everyone pull out your phones. All right, this is an important contest, okay? I need everyone to text the number. I'll read it again after. 73517 and say in the message, KISS Park School. In this contest, the winning school gets all to go to Darien Lake for free, and the DJs will talk about the school. So we all want to go to Darien Lake for free. Even the seniors, you can all go. So we're all going to text right now or after 73517 and say KISS Park School. Do it before tomorrow, because it ends tomorrow. All right, but everyone only gets one vote on their phone, so if everyone does it, we'll all be going to Darien Lake for free soon. In like 2 weeks, I think it is. All right. Dylan, are you ready? All year long, and even last year, Dylan had told me I had to take this speech seriously, and it needs to be touching and all of that, John. So, Dylan, this is for you, and Mrs. Baumgart, this is also for you because I saw in the Buffalo News, actually, that your son is going to Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia for college. So let's give Clay a round of applause for his accomplishment. So for this little exercise, I need your audience participation again. I need everyone in the audience to be involved. So can everyone please raise your right hand? Everyone. I'm not starting until everyone's up. Okay. So let me find my spot. Keep holding up. All right. Now, on the count of 3, place your right hand on the shoulder of the person to your right. Not yet. Wait. 1, 2, 3. You have now all been touched by my speech. Before this ceremony started, some of the graduates picked out or always say some of these quotes from either their favorite person or favorite movie that really represent our class or a good message for the class. So I chose 3 of the quotes that people picked, and I'm going to read those for you. The first one is from my girlfriend, Taria. How are you? It is by Rick Ross, and it says, "You got to do what you got to do be able to do what you want to do." That's a great quote, Taria. Thank you. Is from our valedictorian, Lauren Blahaviak. Let's give her a round of applause. It's actually from her favorite movie, The Help. It is, "You is kind, you is smart, you is important." And I want all the graduates to remember that one, okay? All right, and we have one more, and that last one, and probably the most important one, is from Marlene. And it is YOLO. So thank you for those of you who don't know what that means, for my grandparents don't. YOLO means you only live once. It's by a rapper, I don't know. It's hard to understand. All right. While I was thinking about how far we have come, I thought about all the time we spent in school. I started thinking about why we spent 13 years learning about all these different things just to receive a piece of paper. While I was thinking about this, I found a question that Daniel's favorite president, President Bush, had asked during his presidency, and that is our children learning? So I decided to calculate how long we've been in school, and if it translates to how much we is learning. I figured out that we have been in school 2,340 days. That's approximately 14,040 classes. We've been in school 18,720 hours, 1,123,200 minutes, or in other words, 67,392,000 seconds. All this time led up to this moment right now. Dr. Seuss once said, "Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened." Class of 2012, I just want to tell you that today is the first day of the rest of our lives, but so is tomorrow. We are the last class to graduate from Park before the world ends. been good, and I can honestly say it's been real good. And that statement completely applies to how it's been in Park for the last few years. So now I can say, congratulations, class of 2012, on a job done. All right, and now, with that end, I can hand it over to my doubles partner, Nathaniel, and the last time I can say, congratulations, Park School class of 2012.
Yay!